Hello, it's time for part 2, and there will be a part 3, but I promise you that will be the last part. Hopefully. If not, then there might be a part 4. So, this doesn't need no introduction, so we're just gonna skip ahead to where we last were, number 8. So, for our first draw of number 8, we already have a quite obscure trick involving a teleporter. So, as you can see here, this is an arrow, well, it's supposed to be one, that points towards this. So it's telling you to jump to it. So, okay, let's go. Oh, looks like it's a fake block, and then it kills you. So what's the actual solution? Well, you're actually supposed to hug this corner. Wait, what? Yep. You get teleported up here. So how this works is exactly how I explained it in my Sandbox Gimmicks number 6. You basically put your character over in this corner and then slowly turn around at hold W and then turn around. Your feet will move and then it will hit this teleporter that's inside this block and it will teleport them up here. How this kills you is a hidden spike involving flat triangles and stuff. As you can see, the spike just barely pokes through, but it is enough to kill you still. So that's how that troll works. This next one is honestly pretty funny, and I did use this troll a bunch in the future ones. So first things first, this is obviously a trap. You can see the Z fighting laser. So what you're actually supposed to do is you see this Z fighting slate. That's a teleporter. You can even see the little green strips. Oh, we touched that one, by the way. And the player is going to see this and think, oh, I have to jump up there and try to touch that teleporter. So let's go for it. Oh my god, Right. So how does this work exactly? Well, it's not actually that complex. So all you need is these conveyors that go at a certain speed, and then you need the last conveyor to be 0. While you have a deadly part, like a spike or something, over there. So it tricks the player into getting scared and jumping, because that's kind of how they usually react when they're presented with a conveyor, and it will jump into this lava, which is honestly kind of funny every time someone dies from that. It's funny when they get scared. And I'm not a sadist, I'm just saying it's kind of funny when they get scared. Frick. Number 9. One of the more underrated ones, people seem to have forgotten about this, but there's some pretty good stuff in this, to be honest. So, first things first, right at the beginning, you can tell that there's lasers here. So, let's just say nearly every block here is, deadly. I say nearly because this one is fine. So you go up this teleporter. And then, oh my god, it's a spike thingy. But don't worry, there's a thing over here. And then, that's an obvious troll. Let's go avoid these and all that. This is a stroll. I don't know why this is part of the best trolls thing. Here's obvious that it doesn't really work. So now we already got to the first the second teleporter. How easy? Nope. As it turns out, that's not even the correct teleporter. All of the hassle over here for nothing. So what you're actually supposed to do is, this one doesn't have a laser either, but it's calculated false. So jumping up here is a laser death, but walking in here is a teleporter, and it leads over here. Now, the problem is, I just added this ice block here, just like now, because without it, it actually becomes impossible to do this section. So basically, what you're supposed to do is, as soon as you walk into the teleporter, you jump back. And you can make it on top of the ceiling over there. Let me just try to get it. Yeah. So without the ice block, you just teleport on top of the conveyor and you can't actually make it up. You could just wall hop, but that's less cool. So that's how that troll works, which is pretty cool, and I think I utilized this before in another. All the stuff down there is death. So yeah, I think it's safe. I think it's just go up here with that trick. A lot of people don't know that. Now let's go directly to the end here. So as you can see, there's a text that says there's the ending. You can see the money bags, which proves it. So, and you can see the teleporter, and there is a teleporter below here. But obviously you can see that big structure over there that we haven't gone to yet. But let me skim through this as to why I think this is kind of funny, in my opinion. So you walk in here, that's death, that's death, jumping is death, other parts over here are death. So what you're actually supposed to do? Stand still and do nothing. That's it. And then you win. Just do nothing and you're fine. So of course you could just like walk on the conveyors to make it faster, but the general route, just do absolutely nothing and then you win. It's not that hard. Ten has nothing good, so this will be the only like good troll, quote unquote. So you have a teleporter down here, so you try to go for it, and it leads to nowhere, and you die because the teleporter has no teleporter ID. That's basically it. I mean, it's good, but the other ones aren't. I mean, if you count this one, where it's supposed to say wall hopping, so like it's gonna like make the player try to do wall hop skips, but it just kills them. Other than that, other than those two trolls, that's the only good stuff in number 10. Let's just go to number 11. Number 11. I already showed off this troll in my Sandbox Gimmicks number 5 episode, so we'll be skipping that one. But this one over here, what just happened? So over here, we have these conveyors covered by brick blocks, and there's lava on top. So they used to work, like these conveyors used to work like when they're put into like basic blocks. I think I could just replace these actually. No, I can't. So I just need like fake blocks and stuff that don't disappear. But basically how this was supposed to work is, it's supposed to make the player think that it's gonna go like that. You know, standard stuff. But it actually goes like this. Because that conveyor goes down to the spikes rather than the opposite way, or like the other direction. Which is kind of funny because you can't really see which direction the conveyor is gonna go, so that makes it really good in my opinion. This one over here, it's good, but it has bad execution. Now, I did utilize this in a future troll obby, which has better execution, probably because I didn't have VIP on this one. But anyways, so you climb up this very non-suspicious truss. So you keep going up, and, well, yeah, you can see the teleporter. But basically, whoops, it's supposed to, like, make the player, like, go up, and then they get teleported unexpectedly, and then they die to a laser. So, yeah, basically, all you need to do for that is to hide a teleporter in, like, slate, because they're the same material, and, put in some deadly stuff like an acid block or something. So, yeah. That's basically it for that one. Okay, so for this ending sequence, I actually did, like, notice some pretty, like, memorable parts. And by memorable, I meant, like, pretty good parts. So, as you can see, this is obviously ridiculed with teleporters. And you can obviously see the part where it teleports. But let's just say you didn't see it, and then you just focus on the win, so you try to go for it. And it teleports you straight into a forced death area. Which looks pretty similar to the one below. But that's besides the point. So, you just kind of do these jumps. They're actually not that hard. You could just walk. The teleporter leads to death, thank god. That leads to the forced death area below, where you actually die. So what you're actually supposed to do is you go to the second one here, and you go through this wall. Go up here, and then, yeah, you're at this ending area, you do this part, whoops, and then you make it. And if you're wondering what that teleporter leads to, it leads to the top of this truss. And then if you go to here, that leads to the forced death area at the bottom. Pretty good routing, I actually forgot that existed, but it's nice to revisit that. Unfortunately, Troll Obby number 12 doesn't have anything good, so this will be the only thing that I cover. So you have this teleporter, and then you see on the other side there are stuff over here too. This is like the player's gonna assume that this will lead to over there, and then you do some jumps, and then it will go over to where that is. So you go on the thing, and it doesn't actually do that. It makes you sit down and stuff. If you remain sitting down, you get flung like this thing because it's high speed. And yeah, and just make sure you get off in time, because if you don't, then you're dead. That's basically the only good troll in number 12. I would cover the ending, but the ending is kind of bad, like in terms of execution. All the other trolls are also kind of bad. The only slightly interesting part is this twice of Troll Obby number 3, and then like a bunch of sections from old stuff such as Troll Obby number 1 and 7. So, but really, that's really about it for number 12. Troll Obby number 13 has a fair share of trolls that are average to kinda good, in a way. So first off, let's just do this quickly. This part does not require RNG, mind you. So teleports over here. That's a sitting block, and that leads to like that leads to like a hint as to what to do. What you're basically required to perform is you go on this. What just happened? Go on this. And then you jump, so that you avoid, like, you know, not, like, falling into the ground and then, like, having to do all that again. But yeah, it's not RNG, remind you. This part is a choose a path. I'm just kidding. So obviously you could see the Z fighting where the triangles are, which is basically, like, where they're, like, solid. But let's just pretend that doesn't exist either. So obviously this is like wrong. Oh, that actually makes you sit down, so you die from the lava. I didn't actually know that. But so you kind of just go here, and then oh no, that part is missing. But that had the solid blocks. Well, as it turns out, these are like just close enough where you could jump to this one over here. And then you jump back here. Hold space because this is a fake block with the trip option on, and then you go here. And that's how you do that part. If there was no Z fighting, that would probably perform much better. Well, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this ending sequence, it's actually pretty good because of its unexpectancy. So, basically, yeah, you try to walk to the GG, it takes you through this part, where at first it says like, oh, we're gonna take you to CP, or beginning, yeah, beginning, because if you couldn't, like, if you weren't observative, you could see, like, back at the beginning, it says there's a teleporter that leads you right back to the beginning. So if the player was keeping that in mind, then that certainly would be a scare. Because, well, it's a lead back to the beginning. Like, you don't really want that. You don't really want to lose your progress. So, you just go through this, and then it says JK, and then you go through here, and it's like real back to the beginning. This is death, by the way. So do that. Don't go over there. So, you just keep writing this. This is actually fake as well, but then you kind of just get burned by a laser. Basically, you could die from the laser, which is why there's some nice, like, unexpectancy points. So yeah, because the player's already scarred that they have to go back to the beginning. So they're not aware that this thing is going to kill them. Which is what makes it pretty good. So yeah, that's Troll Obby number 13. That will be the end of this episode. The final 4 Troll Obbies that I will cover will be on the part 3. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for the last part of this series. Goodbye.